Hey guys, thanks for joining me. This is Angie at Chicken Scratch. This is the project we're making today. This is week 12 of the 12 weeks of Halloween. So that wraps up our series, or this wraps up our series for 2021. It's been a great year. Thank you guys so much for watching. Okay, so inside here, this is an origami box, and it will hold little Hershey candies. It'll hold the little Kisses, Jolly Ranchers, any little candy. And they're really quick and easy. So I had a different project planned for today, but as I was looking through my room trying to figure out what I'm going to make the trick-or-treaters that come to my house this year, I thought, you know what? I want to use up the paper I have left over. I want to use up the embellishments I have left over. And this is the perfect way to use that up. And it's a really quick and simple project. So I'm going to slide these up here and I'm going to show you the supplies. Wait, let's make sure you can see them in the camera view. We'll put one over here. Okay. 6x6 designer series paper. 5 3/4 by 5 3/4 designer series paper. So 6x6, 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. A piece of basic black and a piece of basic white. Okay, we're gonna stamp first. So we're just going to stamp the trick or treat, and I'm only going to make one in the camera or on the video because they're all made exactly the same, and that's what I mean. Like, you can whip these out really, really quickly. Okay, so trick or treat. This is from the Cute Halloween stamp set, and I've just inked it up with Memento. We'll cut that out in just a minute. Let's see. Let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to use the Frightful Tags dies. And so we're using the circle that comes in that die. And then we're using the spider web that also comes in that set of dies. So let me get the little mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So a 1 and a 2. And then the spider web. And another 2. So there's that one. We'll get that out in just a second. And then now let's cut the greeting out. If you have a 1 3/8 circle punch, one of our old retired Stampin' Up! Punches, you can use that. That's what well, okay, wait a second. Let me back up. This thing has to be, the bottom piece has to be in. You don't want this piece exceeding that. That's why I have trouble. So the white piece, the bottom piece needs to go in first. So if you're having trouble, that's the trick right there, okay? Okay, now we're going to take the spider web and I'm going to use the Take Your Pick brush and just kind of and you can tell it's raining here today and the humidity is very high. So sometimes when you use these things when the humidity is high, it makes it a little more challenging to get that out. So I'm just using my Take Your Pick tool and poking through those little holes. There we go. Now, you don't have to worry about getting the middle piece out because that's going to be covered up with the greeting. So, yeah, don't waste time doing that if you're in a hurry. If you're not in a hurry, that's fine. But for me, it's like time is short. Or I'm short on time, I should say. Okay, that's going to get added right smack dab in the middle. And now we're going to set that aside. The bottom of your box is the 5 3/4 by 5 3/4, okay? So what I'm going to do is take this and fold it point to point. You do want to use your bone folder, okay? Burnish. Now you're going to place this at the top here, and what you're going to do is fold this up and burnish. And then do this side, fold it up and burnish. Okay? Now turn it this direction and fold up. Turn it over, Do the same thing on this side. That's how it looks, okay? So now we're going to take this and we're going to fold this into that score line and burnish with your bone folder. Same thing here. Fold it to that score line in the middle there and burnish with your bone folder. Now it looks like this. You want to open it up and do the other direction. So you're going to fold and you're going to repeat that entire process, okay? So point to point, burnish, place this at the top, fold this up, burnish, bring that up, burnish, turn it again, fold that to the top, flip it over, do the other side, open it up and fold this in. And there is a score line in there, a fold line, a score line. So that's what I'm folding it to. You can see my folding's not perfect. The box will be a little cattywampus, which is okay. It's Halloween. It doesn't have to be perfect, okay? I'm going to set this aside, or should I? Yeah, I'm going to set this aside for a minute, and we're going to do the top. This is the one that measures 6 by 6. And we're doing the exact same thing. So I'm just going to do this one, but not talk. Okay, almost done with this part. This project works really well with Designer Series paper. It's a little bit hard to do with regular cardstock. So everything is folded. We're ready to do a little bit of cutting. We're only going to be doing just a teeny amount of cutting. And I want to show you on regular cardstock because it's really hard to see it on Designer Series paper. So what you're going to do is only on 2 sides parallel to each other, you're going to cut at a diagonal, so from point to point, and don't exceed past the point, or if you do, you'll notice right here, that's where I exceeded past that point. So don't exceed past the point, otherwise you'll have a little tear in your box. So I'm gonna be cutting from here to here, from here to here, and then the same thing over here. I'll just turn it this way, okay? And I'm gonna do that on both pieces. So we're gonna start on the bottom. And I like to use my paper snips for this because the scissors, they're smaller, and that should help not exceed past where I want to cut it. One more. Okay, so this is the bottom of our box. So I'm going to take this piece, fold it down, and then fold it down again. And then bring the sides in. Now, parallel to that, I'm going to do the same thing. So fold this down, and bring the sides in, okay? Now for this side, we're going to bring the sides in, fold this piece over, and bring it down into the box, like that. Fold the sides in, bring it over, and fold it in. So this is the bottom of our box. I'll add some candy inside there just to hold it. Now let's do the top. So we've got to do the cutting. Same thing from this point to that point. Same thing. And then over here on this side, so parallel to each other. Okay, fold this down, bring these in. Fold this down, fold this down, bring it in. Okay, that's those sides. And now these, we're gonna fold that in and then bring it over. So no adhesive is required on this origami box. You can add it if you want, but you don't have to. Okay, so now we just kind of put it in there. Isn't that awesome? And then now we're just going to add this to the front with some liquid glue. Nope, actually I'm going to use a black dimensional. I forgot what I did earlier. So a black dimensional, because I'm also trying to use those up. Hopefully they'll be in the catalog again next year, but you never know. And then I, at the last minute, decided to add these embellishments because I do have quite a bit left over. It still looks cute if you decide not to. Yeah, so I'm going to take your pick tool and add a couple of these. Okay, so there you have it. Pretty cute, right? If you have any questions, be sure to let me know, and thank you again for watching my video. Have a great day. Bye.